Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the Starcraft 2 Ownage Shack. It's David here bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary. And today it's going to be a Terran versus Zerg here on Blistering Sands between PainUser, the red Terran in the bottom left, and ROOTCatZ, the yellow Zerg in the top right. So to start off, let's talk about PainUser. He is a member of Lazarus Gaming, an American player, 3200 rating on the North American ladder, 43rd on there, and 199th in the world. He has a 61.49% win ratio, so very good, and he came in 3rd place at MLG Dallas, and he recently won the first Green Forest tournament. So an extremely well decorated player here, PainUser, one of my favorite Terran players, I must say. And his opponent, ROOTCatZ, is also a well-known Zerg player. He is 3200 as well, so pretty much the exact same rating as PainUser on the North American server, and he is 44th there, so just one rank behind PainUser, and 205th in the world. We can see these two players are very well matched, almost identical. He has a 55% win ratio, so a little bit lagging behind there. And actually, just a little bit of random trivia about CATZ here. You might have heard of 2v2s. I know there is such a thing on StarCraft 2, and CATZ is actually he has an 80% win ratio in his 2v2s, and his partner is none other than ROOTDruby. So just a little bit of interesting info there, and just in case you were wondering, ROOTCatZ is from Peru. So right away we see that a quick hatch is going down before the spawning pool for CATZ. Meanwhile, PainUser is already getting 2 barracks up, one right at the ramp, and the other is going to try to hide over here by the natural. I do have a feeling this Overlord who's coming by here is gonna go right in and see this, and it's not too uncommon anyways these days to have a double barracks opening, simply because it is so effective. Just throw down a bunker right at the natural, out of range, hopefully of sight of this hatchery, load up a couple marines, force some zerglings out of your opponent when they would have much rather prefer to produce drones, and just do a little bit of economic damage. And as we can see, one marine is on the way already with an SCV who's going to try and build a bunker. This one might actually place it down, and the other one's just a precautionary method. But we do see the drone is quickly going to work on the SCV who's making the bunker. It's quite slow, however, and he does have the extra who is on the way here. Another drone is already out. The scouting one's coming back. We now have 3 SCVs in the fray, and 2 more marines are coming. The bunker is still not up, however, and tons of drones being pulled off. Take note here, we have 8 drones being pulled off for CATZ. 2 of them are attacking the SCV building the bunker, while the other is trying to go for the marine here. But we have 3 marines now and more SCVs, so it's 5 SCVs versus 8 drones. And wait, sorry, 4 SCVs here. The bunker is now complete, so these marines are going to hop right in if they're smart and quickly go to work on everything around here. This is going to be extremely hard to take out with all these SCVs repairing, actually. We have 4 lings out, but this is actually a very interesting combination. An Overlord actually goes down, who's going to put him in the red very soon if he's not careful. We have a spine crawler going out now, which will outrange it, but the marines are actually, oh, they're almost caught outside the bunker there, completely defenseless. The zerglings are going to catch up. One is taken out, and they're simply dancing around here. The spine crawler's now up, though, and that should push PainUser back considerably. Meanwhile, we have 6 more zerglings coming out, another marine. 2 more marines are coming here to enter the battle, and we have tons of damage actually going down here. This is extremely effective. I've never seen one where multiple SCVs are pulled like this. This is proving to be a very effective strategy, actually, and the SCVs are even repairing each other to just add more effectiveness. The hatchery's now almost at half health, and the spine crawler's cut unburrowed and goes down! Huge mistake by CATZ. Just cost him his only defense left. If he had kept that in, he could have maybe, just maybe, salvage some of the drones here as they made their way up, but there's no way that's going to happen now, and it looks like he's even going to lose the hatchery. It explodes. Its guts and entrails are quickly going to pieces, and we now have the broodlings, all that's left here, even taking out 1 marine. But we simply have too much here. 2 more marines are coming now. The zerglings are all that's left. The drones are going to try and make their way back, but I do feel like CATZ here has lost too much. He's a 22 supply compared to the 30 of PainUser, who's off to a great lead here. If we look at the units lost, we can see that he's a full 700 minerals, CATZ is, behind PainUser in a bad way. And these Marines are still doing tons of damage, and all the while he's even throwing up an expansion at the main, which is going to put him so far ahead when he lands that after this attack is repelled, should it be. We do have a Baneling nest going up for ROOTCatZ, which is good. He needs those Banelings to take care of these Marines, but he simply doesn't have enough time, I feel, to get this up and pump those Banelings in the first place. The SCVs are caught a little out of position there, but they quickly fall back to the Marines, and it looks like PainUser's going right up to the mineral line. He's gonna shoot down these drones, and he's quickly taking out the Zerglings too. The drones are now entering the fray, and he gets a nice surround on the Marines. I feel like these Marines' days may be numbered, and they indeed are. We see tons of intestines and other bloody entrails left there. The bunker's still up, but it looks like ROOTCatZ doesn't care. He's just going to run right by with these Zerglings and head over to check out what's going at the main of PainUser. And he is not going to be happy if he manages to get up and see this command center. I'm not sure if he can scout that by just simply pushing up the front there. Looks like he's just going to force a liftoff on the barracks here. I'm going to test the front. Let's actually take a look at what he sees. Oh, he actually manages to sneak in when this thing has not been landed yet, so he's going to see everything in here. He knows exactly what's going on, but at the same time, does it matter? He's lost so much now. We can see he's about half the supply of PainUser. He's even going to try and sneak some Banelings in there, but it looks like these Marines are going to catch it. They indeed do, and those are, I believe, 25 gas down the drain, forced to cancel on the other Baneling. He's still rushing Zerglings right past the bunker here, but I feel it's only a short matter of time before we see a GG. There's only so much Zerglings can do. We now have a factory coming down for PainUser. We can see that right here. And, oh, actually a double factory, which is pretty interesting. Looks like he's not even going to bother with the waiting for a starport. He's just going to probably pump out some Hellions from those, maybe get the pre-igniter, and just finally finish off ROOTCatZ. ROOTCatZ here is going to work on the backdoor rocks of his main, so he can hopefully scoot those Zerglings a safer route. As we can see here, the bunker is costing him several Zerglings for each run by, so he's going to take these out so he can safely get to the base of PainUser without taking any casualties. We have an engineering bay coming up for PainUser, playing it very safe, as is typical. For those of you who don't know, PainUser is an extremely safe player, always likes to play on the cautious side, which is why he's choosing to tech up a bit right now. Not going to push in for the win too fast. Expanding on his lead, going to wall off with his barracks right here, just to prevent any Baneling bust actioning from happening. We see the rocks are almost done, so he's probably going to want to morph these into Banelings soon enough and hopefully do some sort of bust. But because of these barracks, it's probably not going to be too effective. We have a bunker going down behind them, just to further reinforce. The command center has now been placed down, but it doesn't look like he's opting to transfer any SCVs so far. If we look at the income tab, we can see that they're pretty close, but of course PainUser with his mule advantage is taking the economic lead. We see the Zerglings are going to try to press the front, a bunch of them actually, huge amount of Banelings being morphed in, but against two barracks with 1000 HP each, this is probably not going to be too effective. I'd actually like to see this bunker salvaged right now. You didn't want to lose those minerals unnecessarily. We see one Zergling manages to squeeze by. Looks like the wall-off is actually not tight. Oh my god, it is not tight. My mistake. Banelings are flooding in. Huge amounts of damage could be done here if PainUser does not, if he does not control properly. We see that they're rushing up, but it looks like he's doing an excellent job microing away. And the Banelings all explode in a green pile of some kind of acidic substance that I would never want to come into contact with myself. We see more Zerglings are now on the way, but after that failed bust, it might just be it for ROOTCatZ. I don't want to count him out yet, because apparently he did come back in a way I did not expect. We even see that ROOTCatZ is going to be helping out PainUser here by taking his rocks. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. If I were him, I would probably be taking these out instead. And there goes the bunker being salvaged, like I said. It's good to see him doing that. Save a few Marines. The Zergling here is not going to be caught unaware at the watchtower. He quickly scurries away to save his own life using his, whatever, I don't know, his little Zergling legs. He does not have the Zergling speed upgrade yet. We see that ROOTCatZ does have enough gas, but he's saving... Wait. Oh, my mistake. He does have it. I'm sorry, guys. I did not see the little wings there. My mistake. He's a 4.7 move speed. That should have given away the fact that it's yellow. But anyways, continuing on, we have a Roach Warren now going down, which will do pretty well versus the Marines, but we see he's teched up to Marauders now with the Tech Labs, so it's probably not going to be too much. We see a little Zergling barbecue right there. It looks like the Marines are not going to opt to have a feast though. Hellions are leading the way to take out any Zerglings that might come up. We don't, I believe we do not have the pre-igniter. No, we don't have the pre-igniter upgrade yet. We have the combat shield, and Stim has already completed. The Hellions are going to go in and roast a few drones immediately. Another one goes down. That's 4 drones total. 2 Zerglings are at the front trying to deal some damage. The Banelings don't even hit anything. They go down completely. GG, well played, calls ROOTCatZ as his Baneling nest crumples. So we just saw a nice little game here between PainUser and ROOTCatZ. We see that we had some pretty reputable players actually inside the game. We had Inca and Druby and Xeris, who I do not know. But anyways, it was a pretty fun game, I feel. It was pretty one-sided, however, due to the early Marine rush of PainUser. I feel like it might have been a better idea for ROOTCatZ to abandon this hatchery completely and instead allocate all of his drones, reallocate them back to the main, harvesting these mineral patches, because when that many SCVs come to repair, there is no way you are going to get past that bunker. Now the critical moment in this game, I feel, was when he lifted that spine crawler. If he hadn't done that, if he had instead left it by the ramp where it was, he might have been able, as I said, to bring those drones, reallocate them up here, and protect his main effectively. He chose instead to be more aggressive and try and take out the bunker directly, and I feel like that cost him his hatchery and the game. So anyways, a great game, well played by both players. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Hope to see you again next time for another daily dose of Ownage.